Today we're going to install the GatorTrax retractable cover on this 2010 to 2019 body style Ram 2500. Let's go ahead and get started. Well, this particular cover has already been installed. We just went ahead and took it off, take it apart, so you guys can see how it goes back on. First thing you're gonna do is grab the blanket of the cover. You've got a latch right here. You press the button and unlatch that part of the cover. Now this is your driver's side rail. If I angle this way, you'll notice we've got a little hole up at the cab end. That's where the canister cover is going to attach. Down here, you're gonna see there's a cutout. This is where the blanket is gonna slide into the rail. Then you're gonna have a couple of holes on the side that are gonna line up to your canister. First thing we wanna do is slide our blanket into the rail like so. All right, now once we get it pulled in place, we're gonna go ahead and rotate it down. The rail is going to go to the inside of the canister. We're gonna take one of our machine screws that's included, and that will thread directly into that hole on the rail. We've got one up to the front of the canister and one to the rear of the canister. Once we've got both of these screws in place, go ahead and do the other side the exact same way. This is your canister cover. The rubber flap is going to be facing away from the rest of the cover. The ends, you're going to have a couple of threaded holes. Those are going to slide underneath your rails and line up to the holes that are inside the rails. We're going to insert that just like this. All right, we're going to use the included screws. Make sure everything's lined up and run them through. Tighten them down with, you'll have an included Allen wrench. We're going to do this on both sides. All right, now we're going to go ahead and latch the cover in place. This is going to prevent the cover from moving back and forth while I'm moving the cover around. Now with the help of a friend, I'm going to go ahead and lift this up, set it up on top of the bed caps. Now with the rail all the way forward, go ahead and gently close the tailgate. Make sure you do not strike the rail with the tailgate. Now I'm going to take a 1/8 inch spacer tool, put it in between the tailgate cap and the rail, and then gently pull the rail to the tailgate cap. That's going to give you a 1/8 inch gap between the rail and the closed tailgate. Go ahead and repeat that on the opposite side. All right, now this is one of our clamps. What I'm going to do is spread that clamp apart, get it about as wide as possible without the clamp coming apart. Now you're going to notice you got some grooves on the inside of the clamp. They're going to match up to the grooves on the rail. Now I've got this rail pushed as close to the bed cap as possible. I'm going to go ahead and put that clamp around the bed cap and the rail and squeeze that together hand tight. Next, by hand, I'm going to tighten down the bolt. Once I get it nice and snug, I'm going to go ahead and snug it up now with a 9/16 wrench or ratchet. Now before it gets too tight, I want to make sure that the rail stays nice and level as I finish snugging that clamp up. Don't over tighten it though, just get it nice and snug. All right, now here's our next clamp. Again, we're going to spread that apart just like we did for the rear clamp. Now at the front, because on the Ram, the bed cap is so much wider at the front than it is at the back, there's actually a clamp extension that comes off of the rail that's got our nylon set screws. What we're going to do is we're going to clamp that extension to the bed caps just like we did on the rear. So we get it locked in place, make sure the grooves on the clamp are mated into the grooves on the rail. Put it in there finger tight first, snug it up with a 9/16 and then get it tightened down to the rails. Repeat the same process on the opposite side. All right, now for this drain tube, I've already got a hole drilled in our plastic kickout cap. I'm gonna go ahead and fit the end of the drain tube down that. And also make sure that drain tube is in an angle to where it's not buried against the back of the cab of the truck. Next, we can take the other end and snap it into the hole in the bottom of the canister. Repeat the same process on the opposite side. Well, that concludes the installation. If you have any questions, call the experts or visit us online.